The real round of applause. All right, so first up, as promised, and even starting ahead of schedule, we have Kawhi Leonard and Lou Williams, both of you gentlemen. Thank you for being here. And again, time's to start with the audience questions. Jim Hill, why don't you do the honors of getting us going? Jim Hill from CBS, the only intro I'll do. Got a microphone here for Jim.
All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Gentlemen, good morning or good afternoon and good luck this year. With all the things that are anticipated for this season, I'd like for you to talk about the excitement you have on this day getting ready, and also with the anticipation of what can happen. I'd like for you to talk about the process in which you can get to where you want to go and not skip anything in between.
All right, I guess for today, the excitement is just able to put on a jersey, be around the fellas again, and talk about tomorrow. That's when our training camp begins. And like you said, it's a process, it's a journey, and we all have a focus and goal. And we'll figure it out tomorrow how we're going to get there.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get the process started. I feel like we made a lot of positive steps last season with the group we had. Obviously, with the addition of Kawhi and Paul and the other guys, we really feel like we have an opportunity to do something special here in the city of Los Angeles. So starting camp tomorrow, we look forward to getting that going.
Next question. Over here.
Hi, Helene Elliott from the LA Times. Lou, just curious, last season this team took a lot of pride in being scrappy and underdogs and a real team without superstars. Now you have two superstars. How does the dynamic change?
It's important for us to maintain that mindset. I think that works in our favor with the personalities that we have in our locker room. That should be the majority of our makeup. I don't think we should just stop being ourselves because we have the addition of those guys. I think all of those things mesh well together, especially when you're trying to do something at a high level. I don't know if there's a way to tell Pat Beverly to chill out. So I don't think that changes, especially for me. I don't think my mindset changes either. So.
Let's take one on this side in the front row with the blue shirt.
Thank you. A two-part question for each of you gentlemen.
Your name and affiliation, please.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Daryl Howerton, Hoop Magazine. Kawhi, first for you. You've been part of the 2014 championship Spurs, the 2019 championship Raptors. You've seen how teams are constructed. You kind of like the Clippers build-up, and also wanted Paul George to come here. Tell me what makes up a championship team in your eyes. And Lou, the 2012 76er team you were on, probably would have won a couple championships by now had it stuck together. You play with the Rockets in 2017, the Lakers in 2017. If those two teams were kept together, they'd be strong contenders. I want you to answer how frustrating it is when you have a great thing going, and you see a championship going, and now you finally have it here. That's all.
Well, for me, 2012 was a very special year for me. I really enjoyed the guys that I shared the court with. We were very young at that time. We didn't have any egos. Everybody played selfless. We just laid it out on the line. We were an 8 seed, ended up knocking out a number 1 seed, and then taking Boston to 7 games. We felt like if we kept that group together, we could have possibly did some incredible things. But business is business. It didn't work out that way. It didn't happen, and those other scenarios kind of were just blips on the screen for me. So, but 2012 was different.
For me, just everybody being high character, sacrifice, one to win, determination, knowledge, all that together, just being on the floor, going out there as one unit, all trying to accomplish that ultimate goal. I think that's what drives a championship team. And, you just figure out the bumps and roads on the way there. It's about enjoying the journey and not getting ahead of yourself, not skipping any steps. So, that's what I think the process is on those two teams. But you also have to stay healthy as well. And, you have to be blessed.
Next question.
Shelley Smith from ESPN. Kawhi, what'd you do with the fish?
Where's she at?
Oh.
What did I do with the fish? Like anybody else would do. Have somebody fillet it if you don't, or fillet it yourself. And cook it and eat it.
You ate it. What kind of fish was it?
I think we caught some rockfish, some salmon
Right.
groupers out there. I mean, it was a good time. It was a good day for everybody.
What was the technique you used to grab the biggest fish of the day?
I didn't grab the biggest fish of the day.
Well, then who did?
The lady, Denise did. Yeah, Denise. She grabbed the biggest fish.
I grabbed the smallest fish.
Was that the taco one?
They threw mine back in the water. That's how small it was.
Denise will be available later for questions about her big fish. Next question all the way in the back with the black shirt. Oh, I'm sorry. BT already go.
Brad Turner, LA Times. Lou, this is for you. You and Montrez combined to help you guys have one of the best benches in the NBA, but you guys have more depth now. How will that help you guys, and how beneficial would it be to have some more help off the bench?
Yeah, I think mentally for us, I think we should just stay in the mindset. You know, honestly, everybody should just kind of go into the mentality of stats and putting records and history and all of that stuff aside. If it's not for the benefit of the team, you know what I mean. And so, what Trez and I did last year was very special. But we look forward to building with this new group of guys and seeing what we can do.
Go front row here. Medina, did you have a question?
Mark Medina, USA Today. This is for Kawhi. From what the training staff's told you, how similar or different do you get a sense you'll be managed in terms of your workload this season?
It's different this season. Last year I was going in with the injury that I was dealing with the year before. It still was lingering, and we knew that I had to be healthy going throughout the season and making it to the playoffs, but dealing with injuries. But me watching, they did their thing. A confident unit, play very hard. It seemed like everybody was, it was a brotherhood here. They all went out and did their job, and if somebody was doing great that night, they fed them. Coach Doc did a great job of just, getting that group ready and pushing them to the playoffs, reach expectations that none of us gave the team, and just going through my process for agency, that's what I looked at, and I thought I could join and help in.
Joe Varden from The Athletic. This question is for Kawhi. Kawhi, have you thought about next summer with Team USA in the Olympics, and some of the other All-Stars in the NBA have been declaring that they want to do it? So I just wondering where you were with that.
Right now, yeah, I do want to play, but I'm taking it one step at a time, and right now it's getting the Clippers to the finals.
Next question on this side.
Hey guys, welcome back, Lou. Welcome, Kawhi. Kawhi, a question for you. Miriam Swanson with the Southern California News Group. How nice is it to be home? I saw some footage of you at Canyon Springs, I think recently, and obviously the backpacks, that thing that you're doing is great. But what's it like for you to be here back in Southern California?
It's one of the reasons why I came back is being able to go back to my community and for them to see me, able to touch them, they able to, shake my hand, just able to be there and be a guidance or inspiration for the youth. It's hard to do it when I'm either in, I'm being drafted in Texas. They really don't have no time. But the 2 games that we do come out here, and then last year I was in a totally different country, and I was on the East Coast, so it was only about twice that I came out here. But like I said, it's one of the big reasons why I came back. I'm able to be a part of the community that I grew up in and just let them know it's not a myth, and that I really, was just in their shoes one day, one of those days, and they could be in my shoes.
Next question over here. Let's go to Ramona in the back.
Thanks, Jamie. Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. Just a question for Kawhi. I know you were one of the people who attended Kobe's camp that he did, or secret invite camp up at the Mamba Sports Academy. What was that like with all the players that were there, and also what's your relationship like with Kobe now, and what it's been like?
I think it's a good relationship. I didn't play, though. I just went up there and conversated with him. But it's a good group of talent that went. I wasn't really able to see them play against each other, but he did a great job getting a lot of trainers together, elite trainers and the elite, players that were there, and putting them through drills. I'm not sure what they did, throughout the whole day. I was up there for about an hour or two, just talking to Kobe, bouncing ideas off of him, and that was just pretty much it.
Dan.
Kawhi, Dan Wecke with the Los Angeles Times. You've now changed teams. This is your third team in the last 3 seasons. What did you learn last year about having to come together quickly? And is that a reality kind of in the NBA now, that teams don't have years to build, that you just have to do it fast?
If you can have a team, same group of players, you could get to the top. You've seen what the Warriors did in the last 5 years with their same core players. But, last year, me and Danny going in there, I think we just both had a drive and championship experience, and they just needed to get over that hump. Toronto Raptors been in the playoffs, several years before we got there. They just needed that little push over the top, and I think me and Danny went over there. We knew what a championship team needs, and we make sacrifices as players as well. So we just went in and with that group of talent, and everybody was smart, and we just bought into one goal. Like I said, last year it seemed like watching them was like a brotherhood for them being on the floor together. They played with each other. They made sacrifices. They also have Coach Doc, great head coach, been in the league for a while.
Last question.
Hey guys, Josh Martin, Close Up 360 in the back here. Now it seems like the way that the team has been constructed, you're going to have a pretty strong defensive identity. And when you think about building that, how important is it to you to have sort of an off-court chemistry, and what have you guys as leaders of the team done to help facilitate that?
We've done several things. Chemistry is a real thing. I thought it was important for us to be in a room with each other as much as possible, to start building that camaraderie, to understand what each guy brought to the table personality-wise. That way, once we get into the season, once we get into those fourth quarters where we need to communicate and our competitive spirits is high, your words won't be misconstrued. Your teammates can understand that you're coming from a positive place and you have a common goal of trying to win the basketball game. And so that camaraderie is important, when you get to know guys. And I think we almost, we speak every day, if not every other day, just building that and just understanding who each other are. So it's important.
All right, guys, thank you.